Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. They're so innocent. This is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup from my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone. I like...
Not good. Believe me, not good.
Fine, I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
8 months after his alleged meeting with the Burmese executives. So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese. A real beautiful company.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
In person, in my office, in Philadelphia.
That the most potent force in the Republican Party is President Trump. We need Trump plus.
Everybody comes in your grandmother. 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 Your father, your mother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins.
We need Trump.
They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell. I'm talking about my son, Bo Biden. You're talking about...
I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't dishonorable.
Cocaine use. And he didn't have a job until you became vice president. And once... They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Everybody comes in your grandmother. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Everybody comes in your grandmother. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Everybody comes in your grandmother. They're coming all over the place. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. Everybody comes in your grandma. Everybody comes in your grandmother. Everybody comes in your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
Really? How many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in." You know, it doesn't sound like a very normal. You mean they moved out and what? They missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? Yeah, it's crazy. Well, early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before. Even before you do that. And not even including that. That's why I hardly even included that number. Although in one state we have a tremendous amount of dead people. So I don't know. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. I'm sure we do in Georgia too. In my opinion, it's never too late. Little double sound deck. So that's the story, fellas. Really, how many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in." You know, it doesn't sound like very normal. You mean they moved out and what? They missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? Yeah, it's like it's crazy.
And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over if you like what you see. Help out. If not, vote for the other Biden.
Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Get your words straight, Jack. Get your words straight, Jack.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of. $7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian
always
carp.
improving.
$2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. Unbelievable. And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. But a can of soup, you can really put some power into that, right? And then when they get caught, they say, "No, this is soup from my family." They're so innocent. "This is soup from my family." It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops, at our police. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick because it's got force. It's the perfect size. It's like made
battle of
perfect.
righteousness versus Satan. Yes, Satan. Because these leftists are evil.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting "pigs in a blanket," talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon. But
You have to go home now.
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce.
They're coming all over the place.
Raw peppers and hot sauce.
We've clean coal. Clean coal.
They're coming all over the place.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in style motherfucking-ation. Hello, folks. This is Above It All, episode 1182. And that is for the day April 19th. We got one more day to go, folks. So I've got some breaking news. In fact, you know what? Hold up. I have no suitable prop. I was gonna take something and then say it was news and then destroy it live on stream. But I have nothing I feel like destroying right now. Alright, so I've got some breaking news, folks. I am going to get my first dosage. I'm going to get my first dosage of the vaccination today. That is correct, folks. I managed to book. I was on a wait list, right? And I managed to book an appointment for tomorrow. Yesterday, which means tomorrow. Yesterday is today, which means I will be getting vaccinated today at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time. Going to get injected, and not in the good dick way, but this will be the first of many steps to achieving the good dick way. So that is my announcement. So we've got some news here, folks. I don't know. Should I just go into everything that I didn't feel like doing yesterday? Should I go into mass shooting, military occupation, mass shooting, trial, mass shooting, 13-year-old killed, 12-year-old killed, 3-year-old killed, 4-year-old killed, another mass shooting? Should I go into this? Should I read all the motherfucking shootings? Because that's what I'm about to do. I'm not actually gonna do that. I'm not covering the mass shootings. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be here and sit here talking about mass motherfucking shootings. What do you think I'm doing here? There's another one in Austin. I was doing a joke, and there's another one. Jesus Christ. Are you joking? Jesus, Lord have mercy. Minneapolis is fucking occupied by something, man. Jesus. There's something I should talk about it, but I don't know. Maybe I will. The Good Dick Way by the most attractive woman in history. Exactly. Elephants are afraid of bees. That's the goal here. No more mass shooting news. Well, no more mass shooting news. Should we talk about the police shootings? 13-year-old, 8-year-old, 20-year-old? Just go into that. What shootings should we talk about? Should we talk about where people shoot each other? Police shoot people shoot police, people shoot each other, people go on mass shootings, people shoot themselves, people shoot their parents, people shoot their kids, people shoot their dogs. Should we talk about that? United States of America? Can we talk about that? Anyone? No? Alright. Nothing to see here, folks. This is fine. This is a totally acceptable country. Everything is perfect. You got your choice of shootings. I don't even what the fuck, man? Seriously, let's say are we just as a society, are we just so nulled to the point yeah, sure, 29 mass shootings in a week, whatever. Max the dog is freaking the fuck out. Max the dog is someone's shooting dogs, I don't want to get shot. Maxie, look at this dog. He's struggling, he doesn't know if he's gonna get up. Maxie, here. This is me. The blanket's on. Oh my god. Look at him. Oh my god. I love him. This dog. You're not going to get vaccinated, Max. You're going to die of corona before me. Oh, I'm so sorry. The corona. Max is now sad. He's depressed. He's trying to get the hell away from me. Oh, wait. Oh, no. And now he's venting his frustrations. He's rolling over. Folks, he's rolling over. I hope there's not a mass shooting at the fucking coronavirus vaccine place. I'm gonna show up at the fucking Walgreens and then get fucking shot and killed. Some motherfucker. Oh shit. 40 Rome, $50. It's my fucking birthday. Congrats on your first vax on the day of your birth. On the day of my birth. Which is the day of your birth. That's incredible. Thank you. This is what I love doing on other people's birthdays. On my birthday is I give everyone my money. And then that makes me feel better about myself. So thank you, 40 Rome, for doing exactly what I would do and give other people money on my birthday. I appreciate it though. Like, for real. That means a lot. It's my birthday next month. I will hopefully be fully vaccinated by the day of my birth. And, who knows? Maybe I'll fucking party. Anyone want to come over?
They're coming all over the place.
Alright, folks. Let's try to, sort through some news that's not about mass shootings. Hunger strike. GOP trying to kill trans people. Mass shooting. Weed. Should I talk about weed? No. Marjorie Taylor Greene to introduce resolution to expel Maxine Waters. Alright, that should be fun. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alright. Alright, folks. Alright. Maxine motherfucking Waters. That's right. Maxine Waters. I'll be the one to tell you. It's Maxine Waters. I know. I'm sorry, I have to pick a side. GOP Representative Marjorie Taylor. Actually, let's watch the Hills video. Let's do someone else's labor. Let's go.
Marjorie Taylor Greene announced on Sunday that she plans to introduce a resolution to expel Democratic Representative Maxine Waters from Congress. Greene, in a statement on Sunday, said that she will, quote, be introducing a resolution to expel Representative Maxine Waters from Congress for her continual incitement of violence. The Republican lawmaker specifically targeted Waters for speaking to protesters at a demonstration in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota on Saturday. Protests broke out in the city last week after police fatally shot 20-year-old Dante Wright during a traffic stop on April 11th.
Well, that's the Hill for you. That's the Hill for you. Let's see. Are there any other details? Asked about Chauvin's trial, Waters told reporters that if Chauvin is not found guilty, we've got to stay on the street and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. I agree with all of that for reference. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business. I agree with 100% of that message. Now, again, you can disagree with Maxine Waters on a multitude of things. That statement, pretty fucking good. Pretty good. Greene on Sunday claimed that Waters' comments led to more violence and a drive-by shooting on National Guardsmen in Minnesota early this morning. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Okay? If, right, I were to go outside and instead of, walking down the street with my dog, this is my dog, as you can see, this is my dog, right? Instead of walking down the street with my dog, I saw a military motherfucking goddamn motherfucking shit fucking patient outside of my fucking house. You know what? I'd be pretty pissed off, right? So who cares if there was a drive-by fucking shooting on the National Guard? Oh, the National Guard! Who are they guarding? They're certainly not guarding everyday normal fucking civilians. They're guarding the rich. They're guarding the powerful. They're guarding the politicians. And most importantly, they're guarding the property. So who gives a fuck? Oh, yeah, sure. The police have murdered thousands of people a year for years and years and years. But there was a drive-by. Oh. I'm sorry, man, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jesus Christ. The same bitch, by the way, that funneled a fucking, an attempted coup on the fucking Capitol. The same bitch, by the way, who, loved supporting the cops up until a cop said no to me when I tried to burst through the doors. Oh, they tried to say no to me. I'm sorry, she's got no legs to stand on here. The whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing, you can't go from saying cops are evil, they're tyrants, when you're trying to storm the Capitol and destroy the government, to saying, oh no, how dare people be rude to police, how dare people shoot at police. It's not like, you know, the people that support me stormed the Capitol on January 6th with guns and bombs, motherfucker. It's not like they had bombs and they tried to destroy buildings. No, those are my fans. They're fine. They're great. They're wonderful. But it's Maxine Waters. It's her fault that people are shooting in the street. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. However, National Guard officials did not provide any immediate evidence of who fired at law enforcement officials or a connection to Waters' statement. Yeah, they're gonna find a connection to Maxine Waters' fucking statements. Like, I'm sorry, man. The whole thing is ridiculous. Green previously announced she would file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden. I actually have that clip. Where is it? I've got it somewhere. I've got in the history of all these clips.
You will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden.
I can't wait for that to happen. I'm still waiting on that one. Reminder, she, after saying that she would file articles of impeachment, there was, she said later on, there was like, that's too much work. No one's going to help me. And the people that are my staffers are ridiculously dumb. They're inept and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So it looks like we can't introduce articles of impeachment. We just don't know how. And no one will help us. But that's okay. Whatever. She said that the articles accused Biden of abusing his power while serving as vice president by allowing his son Hunter Biden to serve on the board. I can't. The president has repeatedly denied that his son's position... Okay. Later in January, Rep. Jimmy Gomez announced he would introduce a resolution to expel Green from Congress. Now, I just want to remind everyone, the entire Republican Party should be branded as a terrorist organization for leading an attempted coup on the Capitol. Donald Trump and every single Republican who endorsed the big lie that the election was stolen should be sent to prison, handcuffed. And again, this isn't like someone like going into a fucking Kmart and stealing like a fucking light bulb, motherfucker. These motherfuckers tried to destroy the entire goddamn government and not replace it with like a communist utopia, but replace it with like some sort of like neo-feudalistic like fucking monarchist fucking garbage fucking shit fucking pile, right? All these motherfucking politicians who instigated this stuff need to be sent to prison, walk them out in handcuffs, including Marjorie Taylor Greene. Also, that's it. I don't know why I said also. That's the end of the segment. So anyway, that's the scoop. And I agree with Maxine Waters on that front. And, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene's really funny. So there you go. There's the news. That's the news. I did some news. I did it, folks. I did it. I covered the news. It's happened. CJ Fernandez. I haven't injected anyone in the good dick way in a year and a half. That's a darn shame. And I'm right there with you, buddy. It's rough out here. $5. Thank you. Dogecoin Thousandaire, formerly known as Dogecoin Hundredaire. It's really funny. $5. Nurse emoji. Injection emoji. Peach emoji. Injection emoji. Sunglasses emoji. And thumbs up emoji. Thank you for the money and the comic book. I appreciate that. And I will use that money on something in like 2 months from now, because that's how YouTube works. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm sorry the stream cut out earlier. You know, I was just making a bet that it would go back, and it did. So if you want to see the full segment, you're gonna have to wait till the clip. If I ever do the clip, I'm still like fucking 3 days behind on clips because I'm lazy, and I'm probably not gonna do it today because I'm getting the vaccine. Maybe I'll do it before I go. I heard that my arm is gonna be sore. Should I get like the vaccine in like what arm should I get the vaccine in? Like, should I get it in my non-dominant arm? Like, should I get it in my dominant arm? What should I do? Should I get it in my jerk-off arm? Like, what should I do? Should I get it in my leg? Can I put it in my leg? Alright, just reading the chat. Well done. Thank you. I don't know what I did that was well done, but thank you. Unless you're just talking about the mediocre hill reading of an article. I've just been around to my neighbors to borrow a drill, but they weren't home. So I broke in and ate the fish in their fish tank. You won't catch me with my trousers. What? Thank you for that chat message. Tucker will push it as far as they can get away with. Tucker will push what? Something, I'm sure. Hey, Matt, good morning. I made it. Oh, no. Non-dom. Doesn't matter which arm. Third arm. Whoa. Non-dominant, obv. Well, what if I want to put it on my dominant arm, and then that way I have an excuse to, like, say, oh, I can't move, and then maybe I'll just not do a show tomorrow morning? Like, that's what I gotta do. I've gotta set up the excuse so that I can call in sick tomorrow. Oh, my arm! That's gonna be me in the morning on Twitter. Hey, everybody, my arm! That's gonna be me. Like, I'm just like, I'm letting you know right now that's gonna be me. This is like, I'm just letting you know. Right? I'm gonna be on Twitter, and I'm going to be crying. I'm gonna be whining. I'm going to be, like, having an absolute fucking meltdown. Because of my arm. Like, this is gonna be me. So check this out. This is gonna be me. So I'm gonna be on Twitter. Hey, everyone, my arm. Like, that's gonna be me. And then I'm gonna say, like, I can't do the show because my arm. And then people are gonna respond with, oh, get well better. Oh, get well soon, please. Oh, your arm, your precious arm. So I gotta, like, kind of, try to, set up the excuse for tomorrow. And so that's kind of the situation that we're in right now. And so, yeah, so maybe I'll get on my dominant arm. I'll just tell him I'm a lefty. I'm an old lefty from way back. Just tell him that. I'll lie. Would I get, like, in trouble if I lied? Because they say, like, you have to, like, do the checkbox. Is the information you've submitted accurate? Well, no, actually, the information I submitted is not accurate. I lied about my dominant arm. Maybe I'll get it in my dominant arm as a way to, like, push me to learn how to do things with my left arm. Maybe that. Right? Maybe this can be like a learning experience. Like, we can do, like, Rocky Balboa style, like, strap the arm behind my back and then, like, do something. What do I even do with my arms? I just sit here all day. I don't do anything. I'm not, like, I don't do labor. Certainly. Anyway, all right. Give it to Max? Give the vaccine to Max or give my arm to Max? Which one am I getting? I'm not sure. It's either Moderna or Pfizer. But I'm not sure which one I'm getting. They don't tell me until I walk in. Does anyone have any recommendations if I get to choose? I saw insane people's tweets yesterday about some dumb dude who just did his own vaccine because the nurse tech walked out of the... Oh my god. I was fine, no side effects. Which one did you get? You already have baby T-Rex arms. Please be nice to me. Please. My self-esteem. I could only feel the soreness if I pressed the injection site on shot 1. Is shot 2 going to be a problem? You got J&J. I will not be getting J&J. I got shot 2 for, I think it's like May something. May 17th, if I remember correctly, is shot 2. And I'll be fully vaccinated by my birthday. Party at my house, folks. You think Pfizer is better than Moderna? Why do you say that? What is your supporting evidence? I'm just curious, I'm just curious, what the differences are. Hello, Kuro Gachi. Hello, most attractive woman in the history of women. Welcome, welcome. I'm not, too concerned about the wait time in between shots. All I want to do is, get vaccinated. That's really all I want to know. Do. I don't really... I have to wait. I don't care. I've already got the thing scheduled, so I don't really care. If you're saying Moderna's 28, then maybe the one I'm going to get is Moderna. I don't know. I have no idea. These motherfuckers are in my chat. My arm hurt worse after the second one. Bitch, I'm getting my first vaccine today, and y'all motherfuckers are like, yeah, back in the day when I got vaccinated, the second one, way back in the day, man. When I got my second vaccine, way back, man. I had a sore arm, and I sneezed. Bitch, motherfucker, come on. What do you mean? How are people getting the second dose, and I'm still, not even dosed with my first one? This is ridiculous. This is a problem. This is a fucking problem. I like to live a little bit more naturally. I try to eat fresh foods, and I also avoid vaccines and just have strangers spit in my mouth to build my immunity. That was my strategy before the pandemic, is I would just have people spit into my mouth as much as possible. And unfortunately, that seems to have not worked. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. I got my vaccine so long ago, I don't even remember. Fuck off, and then once you fuck off, do something else with your life. Everyone can make appointments on April 1st. I wish I could make my appointment until like April 14th or something, and then there was I had to get on a wait list, and now I got my appointment. Frontline essential worker here, still no vaccine. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Imagine being a frontline worker, right? Imagine, right? Instead of just sitting here in front of a webcam, reading Google News, or not reading Google News, or just refusing to read the Google News curation feed, right? Sometimes, I just refuse to read the news. I just go mass shooting, whatever, and then just talk about mushrooms for 2 hours, right? I don't know. So imagine you're a frontline worker. You're an essential worker. Without you, the world would end immediately, right? It's over. It's done. There is no more world, right? And you don't even get your vaccine. And then some dumb bitch that you watch on YouTube, right, who literally sits here and does nothing else, right? I do nothing else, right? So I just sit here like a dumb bitch, and again, I barely even do my job. I don't even have a job. I don't even know what this job is. I don't even know. I barely do it. I don't even know what the job is. I don't do it properly, and I barely even do anything at all. And I'm getting my vaccine before you? That would make me mad. I would be pissed. Oh, Kulky, I'm an essential worker, and I got my first one at the end of last month. CJ Fernandez, $5 super chat. I got the Moderna, and after the second shot, 8 hours, I had a fever, body aches, headaches, and diarrhea for 30 hours. Don't regret it, though. I could go for diarrhea. I haven't had diarrhea in a while. Sometimes it's kind of fun, Gets me out of the bed, Sometimes I just sometimes I lay in bed for 8 hours straight. Can't do that on diarrhea. You gotta go downstairs every 20 minutes. Gets the blood pumping. Get some exercise. I have to go down the stairs, go up the stairs, sit down, wait a second, down the stairs, up the stairs. I'm okay with that. I'm pretty sure my state just opened up vaccines. What state are you in? I'm in North Carolina. So we had our vaccines open sometime a week ago. Wait for my colonoscopy. Joke's on you, motherfucker. I've already had colonoscopies. That's right. I'm aware. No waiting necessary. I had that shit when I was 14 years old. It's not fun. Let me just tell you. I'll blame Max if the sheet's dirty. Yep. Invest in washable diapers and throw them down. Oh my god. I was not expecting the sentence to end in that fashion. Washable diapers, okay, and then just throw them down the stairs. Yo, fun story about this dog. You might not see the dog because of my pillow. You see that dog? So, the family that I live with, a family that is related to me, and that's correct. This is the family that I'm related to. That is my family, but they people in this family had a child. There was a baby in this house, right? I shit you not. And I say shit as a pun, very much so, intentionally. The day that baby came home, I found Max with a diaper in his mouth. I swear to fucking God. I swear to God. Now, it was a pee-pee diaper. It wasn't a poo-poo diaper. But this motherfucker, the first diaper change that this baby had in the house, Max was all over it. I was in the bathroom or something, and I come out of the bathroom and I see Max prance down the hallway with a diaper in his mouth. It's over. This dog. Look at this fucking dog. He's asleep. He doesn't even know what's happening. And I let him lick me in the face. That's correct. I love to be licked in the face. Just in general. So of course. Why, Max? Why? They really shouldn't be letting Max conduct the nappy changes. I mean, you know, he's trying his best. He's a dog. You know how it is. There's a coin for everything. We need to have Max coin? Oh, wait, that's already been said. No, well, we need Max the dog coin. There's already a Max coin. That coin is fake. It's a fake coin. It's a shit coin. Back me up. We need Max the dog coin. I'm going to make an NFT, and I'm going to take Max pictures and make NFTs. Every single Max picture is an NFT, and you can buy them all for 1 Ethereum each. Maybe I'll do a bundle. 10 Ethereum and you get 20 pics. Boom. Canada loves Cuba? Sure. I believe in prison abolition, but everyone in this chat needs to be in Guantanamo. Whoa. That's crazy, man. This guy's out of control. Off the freaking rails. NFTs stand for non-fungible tokens. And basically, you know how... Hold up. I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the floor that I'm about to acquire with my feet for the sake of this bit. Okay. Alright, folks. Those are pretty good cards. Alright, so we got some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that have been on my floor for approximately 3 months. Right, now imagine, they don't make any more of these. They don't make any more of these, right? This is non-fungible. Now they could make more. Right, but they're gonna like change, you know, like for example, right, like look at this. This is Beam. This is a classic. This is a classic Yu-Gi-Oh card from the Metal Raiders booster box set, the second Yu-Gi-Oh set ever to be released, and this is a card from that set, 2002, folks, 2000 motherfucking 2. Now, as you can see here, right, this is not first edition, but I don't know if I can get this to zoom, but. You know, you see MRD 030, right? You see that text. You see that, right? This is... Now imagine, they're not going to make any more of these. Now they could, right? But they would change... They do make more Metal Raider sets, actually. They sell them at Walmart. But they've got like a little thing down here where it shows you that it's a reprint, right? Now, they're not going to make any more of these. Now imagine, this isn't a real card. It's not real. It doesn't exist. Imagine this... isn't real. Like, you can't hold anything. Imagine it's this. Now, this is an NFT. All the logic applies of the Yu-Gi-Oh card. You make a certain amount, and you make no more. That's the non-fungible part. Right? Except, you know, it's this. This is the NFT. It's this. You might be saying, what is it? It's nothing. You get nothing. And you pay money for nothing. So that's the idea. So it's like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but without the card. It's nothing. You spend money on nothing. I'm sorry. Oh.
The reason the market concept, checks in the government, okay, and this fair share is a bullshit concept.
NFTs allow you to own verifiably unique information, which can be anything digital, which means it can be anything. Yo, someone sent me a text message. Holy shit. I've got motherfucking text messages. Yo, my phone is frozen. It's not even working. Yo, I've had this thing on my phone that says, you're dangerously low on space. This may slow down some apps or functions. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? that's been on my phone for a long time. So sometimes it freezes and my phone just froze. Okay, I just turned it off and back on. Got some text messages. I imagine. Couldn't even. That's right. I ignored the text message. I read it. I don't need to respond right now. There's nothing I need to respond to. Have fun waiting for me to reply for an indefinite period of time. Bitch. If you buy a game on Steam, it's the same concept, except imagine they only sold a limited amount of copies of it. That's a good description, actually. Andrea, I told you my pillow is just a platform for something bigger. That's true. That's true. That's very true. Beavis and Butthead was the best thing to come out of MTV. Changed my mind. Does anyone know if there's anywhere where you could watch the entirety of Beavis and Butthead, including the MTV music video commentaries? Because those were my favorite parts. I used to watch, there was a period of my childhood that I didn't know at the time, that we had no cable, but I didn't have cable for a couple years. And so my mom would buy tape cartoons of various sorts. And at one point, I happened to come across a tape of Beavis and Butthead, and it had the the music video commentary tracks that were so goddamn funny. They were just so funny to me. I don't know why, because it was oh, that's a real song that really exists, and it's cartoon characters talking about it, right? So I just thought that was extremely funny. But you can't find those anywhere. They're invisible. They just stopped existing. Can you watch 2012 Beavis anywhere? I would love to watch that, to be honest with you. Find him on torrents, perhaps? I would have to look. With Steam, you own nothing. Yeah, no, sure. It's just a comparison, Top Damage Wizard. The idea of having a physical game versus nothing. I watched Beavis and Butthead Do America recently. With my brother. I gave him nothing, actually. I don't know if I should say that on stream. But anyway, so we watched the movie. It was really fun. It was an enjoyable experience. And we were totally sober the whole time. Last time I wanted to watch it, I had to pirate it. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do that sometime. Torrents is how I get all of my shows. This bitch over here, this frontline worker, this essential worker has to resort to piracy. What a world that we live in. There was no MTV in Germany, but we had VHS tapes with MTV content. We passed them around and copied them. Isn't that amazing, though? Isn't that copyright? What the fuck is copyright? More like copy wrong. Seriously, folks, we need to expand the conversation on copyright. No one talks about this. Do you see anyone on cable news talking about copyright? No. Do you see AOC or Bernard Sanders talking about copyright? No. Do you see any, left-wing YouTube hosts talking about copyright? No. Copyright is one of the biggest gates, just the gates. Those are the gates. Copyright is the gates, and the gatekeepers are the motherfucking music industry, the motherfucking television industry. What the fuck is in the gaming industry? What is copyright, dude? So you're telling me there's a digital file and you can make an exact duplicate and it costs nothing, and somehow everyone can't play every single game that's ever been produced? Again, imagine. We have so much art out there. Beautiful, amazing, brilliant, and again, I emphasis, beautiful amounts of art, right? And it's just, you can't watch it. Why? You see, we had a contract with, Netflix, and then, we decided to move over to another, and then they didn't want, and then now our show doesn't exist, and you can't watch it anymore. What? We used to have reruns on the cable news, and then now we don't, and now you can't watch it anymore. And then we had DVDs, and then they all burned in a fire, and now the show doesn't exist. What? Why isn't it just saved on the internet forever? Oh wait, it is. Except you go to fucking jail if you're caught like distributing it. So like copyright. Why does copyright exist? Oh, to protect the artist. Oh! What? To protect the art? So you're telling me, right? Someone can make beautiful, fantastic, and mind-bending art, right? In the form of a painting, in the form of a song, in the form of a movie, a television show, in the form of anything, in the form of like, let's say I'm gonna make some art right now. If I can find my pen. That might be the, where's my pen? I will be making art as soon as I find my pen. Folks, I have news. I don't think the pen exists anymore. Is it on the floor? I found the pen. All right, folks. Now imagine, right? I'm going to draw some motherfucking art. So check this out. I got my book. I got my pen. I'm going to draw some motherfucking art. I read that as fucking pirate the big titties. That's what I read that as at first glance. Buy indie games. Pirate the big titles responsibly with a VPN. I do not endorse that behavior. All right, so I'm going to draw something. What do I draw? Now the pressure's on. What do I draw? Let's point the camera down. Yeah, unfortunately for you, I have a blanket on. So, all right, check this out. All right, so I got something, right? So let's draw. All right, so what could I draw? I know. I'm going to draw, a circle. You can't see that. Now you can. I'm going to draw a circle, and I'm going to put some eyes on that circle and the smiley face. Now you might be thinking, is that a human? Is this a human being that I'm drawing? Hell no, that's not a human being, right? So here's the neck. The neck's going to go upward, right? And then, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it draw out of the frame, right? So you're thinking, now this is the drawing. So you're thinking, what the fuck is going on here, right? This is art. This is I'm challenging the status quo with this right now. This is challenging the status quo. You might be thinking, where the hell is up here? What is up here? This is the bonus content. This is the no-go zone. You don't go up here, right? So we're going to continue in the go zone. We're going to continue with this art, right? So now imagine, right, that we have this motherfucker's hands. This guy's got like other appendages, right? And then these guys like, look at these fingers, man. Look at these fucking fingers. This guy's crazy. Can you see that? I don't even know. Now look at this guy. Look at this. Look at these crazy hands. Look at these crazy motherfucking hands. You see this? This is art, motherfucker. Now imagine if I charged you a significant amount of money to look at this. What? I'm going to charge you money for this? No, I'm not. I'm not going to charge you jack fuck all. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to rip this fucking piece of paper out of my goddamn book, right? I'm going to do this, and I'm going to spit on it. In fact. I'm going to spit in it. I'm going to spit inside, right? And then crumple it some more. If anyone would like to purchase this piece of paper, I will send it to you in the mail. $20. The first person to send me $20 gets this in the mail. I'm going to need your address or a mailing address of some kind. $20, folks, and I will send you that art. Keep in mind there's a saliva sample in there, so $20. Start the bidding at $20. Is that an NFT? I'm going to make an NFT of that art, that precious piece of art. Do I hear 30? Do I hear $30? Do I hear 30 motherfucking dollars? This is a piece of Above It All history. This is a piece of Above It All history. Episode 1182. The part where fucking Andrea, instead of deciding to cover mass shootings, wanted to do this giant fucking like hoopla, right? And then did this, and then this was created. It was crafted. It is this is fungible with this. Well, actually, it's non-fungible. There's this one. There's only one. 40 Rome, $20. Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30? If you actually want me to send it to you, just like DM me or email me your mailing address, and I will very much so send it to you. Do I hear $35? Do I hear $35? I still don't hear an argument against copywriting. The argument is that all art should be free. All art is created by humans and should be enjoyed by humans, and no one should... Like, the concept of a starving artist is ridiculous, right? The idea that someone can create beautiful masterpieces of art and live a terrible life, to me, is disgusting. We all need to live in peace, harmony. We all need to have our basic needs met, and we all need to express ourselves creatively, and the fruits of our creative expression should be able to be viewed by all of us, because we are all humans, and we all should be in a situation and a society where we all do things to benefit each other and to make each other's lives better. That's why I think copyright is bad. Anyway, do I hear 30? Anyone? $30. $30 for this artwork. With the saliva sample. I just accidentally tore it a bit. It's been torn. I'm gonna spin the saliva sample. Oh god. Oh, I'm so sorry. Does anyone? $30. Should I sign it? Should I sign it? I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign it. Just for you. Just for you. I'll sign it. I don't know how to sign. This is my signature. I don't know how to sign it. I just drew an A and then scribbled. But I signed it. I signed it. Anyone? $30? Alright, sold to 40 Rome. DM me your address. I got you. The copyright length is more of the problem. That too. The idea, okay, this is another thing. It's one thing. If you want royalties for your artwork, let's say we're in a capitalist system. Alright, great. But, okay, so you're going to sell your copyright to a company? Now, a company can own the copyright to someone else's work. Like, we're in situations, right, where look at music. Look at the music industry and how exploitive it is. You have record industries, like record labels, that own the copyright to your song. Imagine, you draw a song, you make a song, and it's an amazing song. It's the best song ever, and you don't own it. You can't, imagine, you could theoretically be fined for giving someone that song on CD. What? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. People should pay you not to send them the thing. I'm gonna need $20 more if that's going to happen. Do we hear $50? It's fucking Bob over here trying to boost it up. 40 Rome is gonna sell this in 10 years. In 10 years, when I'm famous, 40 Rome's gonna sell this for like $100,000. Now torn, fucking. Matt Strackbine, I would be interested in having this conversation with you for sure. I understand the impetus to want to protect your own intellectual property, but I really just don't believe in that. If I were to draw something, let's say I create a universe and someone wants to make fan fiction for my universe, I don't believe in, and I guess it's, ultimately it's up to the copyright holder to enforce the copyright, right? No clue how to DM, send me an email. Send me an email. I should start doing this on every stream. Just fucking do a bunch of wacky shit and then fucking hawk it off. I should start doing that on every stream. Lord have mercy. Oh no, I understand, Matt. I understand. I'm totally willing to listen to your argument. If it even is an argument. I'm just telling you what my opinion is ahead of time. CJ Fernandez, $5. Thank you. Depressing history. I just discovered the COVID pandemic is the 9th most deadly epidemic pandemic in all of human history. That's just crazy to me. That is absolutely insane. A guy chatted me up? What is this fan fiction that's being spun? I wish someone would chat me up. Please, I'm desperate here. Chat me the fuck up. My rent just went up 10% because of new ownership. I need to start some revenue streams. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry about that. May I suggest Dogecoin? If President dumb shit, maybe you can email the Majority Report and ask for your back pay. I've been a mod for however long, 3 years, I don't know. I've been a mod, I've done it for free. And now my rent has gone up 10%. Please, for the love of God, give me my back pay. Can maybe make a Reddit post. Make a Reddit post on like a competing sub or like r/fucking like David Pacman or something. Make a Reddit post about how the Majority Report doesn't pay you to be their chat mod. That's one thing that, like, I don't mean to be, you know, I don't mean to be a prick here or anything, but, like, I'm very, very satisfied with my financial position, even if I don't make that much money. The idea of, like, not having a fixed income to me, even if, like, let's say, even if I did have a fixed income, it would be more. Just the idea that I could make more and that I could make less and that there's room for growth and that there's room for variation puts me in a better mindset, because it makes me feel like, you know, and that's also, like, a problem with, like, you know, I could theoretically work more. I could stream like 8 hours a day if I wanted to, and I'd probably make a considerably larger amount of money, but I don't feel the need to do so. You know, it lets me regulate what I do based on how much money I have, and it lets me have more free time. Whereas people, especially if you work for someone else, like, your entire life revolves around that employer. Like, your entire fucking life is based on, like, what you can do, when you can do it, like, the, like, depth that you can go into doing something. It's all based on someone else. And to me, that's just, like, I can't imagine dedicating my life to somebody else. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What happened to Kennedy Crouch? Is there a scoop I'm missing? Like, I don't know, man. And again, we're officially in the pontification station here, folks. But, like, the idea right now, I want to let everyone know, just in case you're wondering, I have had one job and it lasted 3 weeks, and I want everyone to know that. And that is my experience working for other people. I had one job, 3 weeks, right? So that's my experience. And, like, just the idea, like, that, like, I just, like, the kind of, like, all-around anxiety, because the way that this job worked for me was basically, like, you know, I was a dog walker. When I lived in DC, I worked for some lady to walk doggies for rich people. And so basically, she would just, like, give me, like, you know, she would be, like, the one that, like, does most of them, and I would just be the side help. Like, if she ever got caught up or, like, stuck in traffic or couldn't, like, you know, she would call me and then, like, say, like, all right, you head over there, like, you know, and take care of this dog and that kind of stuff. And so, like, the idea that, like, at any point in between a certain amount of hours, I would need to be ready to, like, you know, do anything. Like, yes, I enjoyed the money, and yes, I love walking dogs, and it was a fun thing. But there was, like, that kind of, like, latent anxiety of, like, oh, well, what do I do? You know, and that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, it was really interesting. Like, and I, you know, after the fact, ruminated on that a lot and made the decision that I hopefully will never have a job outside. Like, I would be okay with having a job if it's, like, unnecessary. Like, I've toyed with working in random, like, places in my city. Or I don't live in a city, but in my town. I mean, I guess technically it's called a city, but it's not really a city. Like, no one lives here. But anyway, I was thinking about, like, after the pandemic is over, getting, like, a job somewhere for, like, you know, just, like, a week or two and then quitting. Like, what are they going to do? Like, I'm not going to get Like, are they gonna sue me? Like, no, they're not gonna sue me. What are they gonna put me, like, are they gonna fucking, like, put a fucking in Sharpie on my permanent record? Like, what is this, fucking high school? I've been thinking about, like, just, like, going around and getting random jobs and then just quitting. Like, I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about it. Like, just, you know, just to learn more about how the world works. But, like, I could never imagine, like, it being a life and death experience. Like, if I quit that job, I die? Like, that to me is just scary. That to me is just horrifying. That's horrifying. Because that's, like, another thing that, like, when I was young, like, that happened to me. It's like my mom lost her job, and then our entire lives were destroyed. And like the idea that like my entire life would depend on other people, that's just horrifying. That's horrifying. And again, like technically it does in this fashion. Like, you know, a significant portion of the money I make is from other people, you know, deciding to give me money for whatever this is, right? So like, you know, you still have to rely on other people in some regard. And if you do have your own business, you know, you're going to have to get money from somewhere, right? But it's like, I don't like just the idea that like you can have a job, you work at that job for 40 fucking years, and then you lose it somehow by no fault of your own, and your entire life is destroyed. And then like for me, it took me like 10 years to like dig out of that hole. And now like I was a kid at the time. You know, I'm just giving you some lore here at this point. But it's like, I look at that from my mother's perspective. It's like, imagine you have a kid and you lose your job and that kid's life is destroyed, right? And it takes them 10 years to undo that damage, right? And that's like, you know, that's crazy to think about, man. So, I mean, shout outs to anyone who lives from paycheck to paycheck and stuff. Like, y'all are the most, like, hardcore people on planet Earth, to be honest. And I've utmost maximum amounts of respect. Thanks for the birthday wishes, everyone. I'm $70 in the hole, 2 coffees in, and 1 piece of art and science richer. There's definitely some science involved. That's amazing. Thank you for being in a good mood, 40-row. I am also about to finish my second coffee. You ready for this? Two coffees in. It's official. Infiltrate them and unionize. I would, but like there's all like that's something I would do if I weren't who and what I am, right? Like if I like that's the other factor. It's like I'm in the South. If I go to like find a job somewhere, there's a chance I'll like be found in a ditch somewhere. I mean, I live in the South. I live in a place where like at least half of the people voted for Donald fucking Trump, right? I, as a trans person in the South, in a state that votes for Donald Trump, there's a significantly, like, probably, like, 4 or 5% chance I'd be found in a ditch somewhere after, like, 2 weeks of work in there. If I were to try to do something like go in there and infiltrate and try to unionize, you know what I mean? Like, if I were to get, like, under people's skin in any capacity, I would probably die instantly. So, that's another factor. Go work at an Amazon warehouse and get some hidden documentary and footage. I would too. I would totally do that. Maybe one of these days I'll like rent like an apartment in like a major city and go work for like Amazon for like 2 months and then leave. Living my life according to someone else makes me seriously depressed. If I can't figure out something else in the next few years, I don't know. Oh, come on, Catherine. Come on. Don't worry, we'll figure something out. If I ever become like, you know, super wealthy, like let's assume alternate, like, you know, 10 years down the line, 5 years down, like, let's assume tomorrow, right? Dogecoin, right? If I ever become super wealthy, you bet, like, you know, I'll take care of everybody I can. So I, you know, especially, you know, I don't want you to be speaking like that. You know, that kind of makes me feel bad. But it's okay. Literally me, but almost 10 years employed, worked us like hell through the pandemic, and then we don't need you now. That I'm really sorry to hear that. And again, they give you no warning, nothing whatsoever. I work for a home health agency. I love my patients, but my bosses make my life so miserable. I think about quitting every day. Going hungry stops me. Yep. I'm sorry about that. In almost 40, and I have no World of Warcraft guild. Cat and box emoji. Man, I wish I could know it. I wish I knew what that meant. but I don't. I wish the communities worked together more to take care of each other. I would absolutely, like, you know, again, if, you know, that's a future option, I got y'all, don't worry. Like, I don't want to make promises or anything, but, like, you know, just throwing that out there. It better not be spent on pizza with meat on it, that's for sure. That's for goddamn sure. Imagine, now this is something, now this is like, you know, I know, again, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. But imagine, right, you have to eat to live. Now imagine, right, you get paid, right, your entire life is dedicated to someone else. And with the little scraps that you make, you decide to fund, with those scraps, industries and companies that are killing you and your family. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. Think about these food choices. And also, you're killing yourself. If you're eating sugar, you're killing yourself. Like, plain and simple. That is suicide by sugar. Now, it might take 30 years. But, you know, that's, you know, something I think about. Like, you know, try to make the most ethical choices that you can that are the healthiest and most reasonable in your position. That's what I do. And so, like, I'm just throwing that out there. Like, you know. Because, like, we live in a world where we get paid. And then, in order to live, the money that we're paid, we give it right back. Like, what is, like, how much of your paycheck is expenses? Like, probably 80, 90%. You know what I mean? And what are those expenses? Oh, utilities. So you're paying light companies, you're paying cable companies, you're paying your phone bill. What? Those are big okay, so what about rent? All right. So you're pay to live. You're in the hole, right? Okay. So food, the little choice you have in your life, right? What little choice you have in your life when it comes to what you can spend your own money on is food. That's, like, really the most choice you have. For most people in this kind of society that we live in, that's about it. You get to choose what you eat. You can't really choose your rent that well, you know? You can't really choose utilities, really, especially, you know, in a lot of places they have monopolies on that shit, right? You can't choose not to have water. You can't choose not to have electricity. I mean, I guess you could, but that puts you at a significant disadvantage and prevents further acquisition of resources. Right, so the little amount of choice you have in your life is food. And so I think people should be more inquisitive into what they're spending that money on and that allocation of resources. At Andrea, what do you do with your AVB? Automated vibration battery? Avid? I don't... variable box? What? Just putting it out there?
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
What do I do with it? I put it in an ashtray that is specifically designed for it. I've been considering, I'm going to manufacture a tincture very soon. So I'm considering putting that discharge in the tincture that I will make. You know, I'm just looking at it. The thing with vaporizers is, you know, there's sometimes you get a little bit of green stuff left in there. You know what I mean? Every now and then you get a little bit of green stuff. Like when you start to look through, you see a little bit. But it's like, you know, you see some brown. See, I was thinking about putting it into a tincture. But right now I just have an ashtray. And I've got a tool. I've got this tool that I use to like sift through it, right? I don't know what this is, like tweezers or something. I don't know what that is. But it's a tool. And just sitting on my desk. Oh, this bitch. Smia knows all about the tinctures now. I haven't made a tincture in like a couple months, so I'm planning on making one either today or tomorrow. I need to get parchment paper. I feel so bad for people in food deserts. I used to live in a food desert. The closest grocery store where I used to live was like 2 miles of a walk. I remember when I was on the keto diet and when I lived alone, I remember trying to buy myself groceries. And like when I was like 3 days into the keto diet, I like had to lay down on the sidewalk of a highway because like I was new to the keto diet and like I was so exhausted, right? And like as soon as I got to the grocery store, like I bought like a container of like peanuts or something. And like I like went in, bought the peanuts, went out and like ate the peanuts like in front of the store for energy. Waited until I felt better, walked back in, did my actual grocery shopping, put it in my backpack, and walked back home with the peanuts in my hand, like the jar of peanuts just like munching away. That was like bizarre. And that was like, you know, I thought I was going to die at that moment. But, you know, if you regularly eat sugar and you stop, there will be a few days that suck, but you'll feel so much better. Absolutely, it will suck. It will suck. And it will not suck in the good dick way. Let me just tell you, it's going to suck in the bad dick way. I just don't have fuck you money. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, Catherine. Definitely like a life goal is to acquire fuck you money. For sure. Andrea got some mentions last night on some heavy lifters of Lefty YouTube. See Discord. Should I like do a stream segment on that? I don't know if I can. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, maybe it's because I was really high last night. But like when y'all sent me that, I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. I can put that on stream or something. Do a little segment. Is that weird? I don't know. Is that weird? Might be. Is it okay to eat food containing some sugar? I mean, it depends on the sugar. If you're like eating a tomato or something, it's a lot better than drinking a Coca-Cola, right? Like it's all variable and depends on what kind of sugar, how it breaks down, what else is grouped up with that sugar. Like if you're eating fruit or something, like let's say you're eating a lemon, including the rind. Always, by the way, if you're eating lemons, eat the fucking rind. Just telling you, just letting you know that right now. That's a health tip. It's a health tip. Thank me later, right? Introduce lemons, including lemon rinds, into your life. Now, what I do is I cut off the nipples, because let's be honest, the nipples, they're gross. I don't like them. I cut off the nipples, and I go to town. I eat that shit like a fucking apple. And the fiber counteracts a lot of the sugar content and that kind of stuff. So just a little health tip for you. Introduce lemon rinds into your diet. Why aren't y'all using his full title of Supreme God Emperor Bodan? Long may he reign. Yo, Bodan left a very interesting comment on a YouTube video yesterday. And now is this is the segment of the show where we discuss. So Bodan has been on a watching spree. Bodan can't get enough of me. Some would say it's an obsession. I say it is a hobby. Bodan left this extremely interesting comment on my video where I sneezed, at least according to my memory. I sneezed and then questioned why we have sneezing functions, right? I questioned, why do we sneeze? Bodan has the answer. You say, why does sneezing even exist? Because this is the natural body's reaction to an outer irritant, like a virus, bacteria, etc. If there was no sneezing, we would have to deal with a lot more painful and severe consequences of being sick. Now, when I say, why does sneezing exist? It's not, I want to live in the exact world that we live in today minus sneezing. No, The reason why I postulated why sneezing should exist or shouldn't exist is if there was a God and God created the world, why would God create viruses, bacteria that can kill us? Therefore, I don't believe in God because sneezing exists. That's my email. So that's some interesting comments. I've got more too from Bodan. Bodan's been leaving a significant flurry of interesting comments on my page. But I like to post the most interesting ones. Y'all can go on an Easter egg hunt. Find the Bodan comments yourself. Go look through the Doom videos. Find yourself a Bodan comment. Think of it like a game. I want to meet a girl with big fat tinctures. I consider myself among those in that category. Did I get keto crotch? What is keto crotch? Like, you know, like where you get really horny or something? Because I'm like that all the time, regardless of being on keto. Actually, not really, but I eat peanuts instead of a meal sometimes. Peanuts are pretty good. Corn syrup doesn't go anywhere. It's foreign to your body, automatic garbage. Yeah, you know, it does actually go somewhere. It turns into fat, and that surrounds your liver, and that, you know, makes your liver produce, or like, you know, do things less frequently. My arm hurts for whatever reason. Maybe my arm is preparing for the vaccine, but it's like, for whatever reason, I got like some slight discomfort. It's not even pain, it's just discomfort. Who doesn't like nipples? I am a huge fan of nipples. Just saying. Fuck you money can be 20 cents. It maybe. Not really. You could show us but not publish it as a separate segment. You should save those little clips for a later compilation when you blow up. When I blow up. Is that gonna happen? I don't think it's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But maybe. Could pop it up on stream. It was me that prompted the response? Well, there you go, Anastasia. Thank you. If you need millions, you are poor when you don't have millions. If you need $1, you are rich when you have it. What? Okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think that applies here. But thank you for coming to Bodan's TED Talk. Imagine not liking the stream. WTF? That's what I'm saying. Hey, David. Poggers. Please. What are you saying please to? I'm sorry. I was so behind on the chat, like, now that I don't remember what y'all are talking about. You will blow up when I come back on GMC. When am I coming back on GMC? When is that happening? Keto crotch means there's a significant odor. I mean, there's always a significant odor coming from my crotch. Now, personally, in my estimation, I think it's a good odor. I think it's good. I think it's desirable. I think if other people were to inhale the odor, they would be interested. They would be curious. They would want to know more. And I think that that is the purpose of such an odor. To pique people's interests, to keep them thinking, well, let me continue down this path that I am on. So, keto breath is definitely a thing. It smells like death. I don't have a problem with it. I just watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. It was an amazing 4-hour experience. I can think of other things that would also be amazing 4-hour experiences that I would rather do than watch a fucking cartoon. I know, I just triggered a lot of people. I'm sorry. I'm doing that on purpose. I've never seen any of those movies, so I don't know. You hang around dogs too much? What does that mean? Whoa. Real on? Do people in America believe that about Satan leaving the body when you sneeze? Smia responds, some people do. Yep, that's what I was taught in Catholic school. Yeah, these people are dumb motherfuckers. Keto crotch would be bad. I don't think so. Pheromones are good. My keto crotch smells very delicious. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out. You know? I'm just, it's out there. It's out there.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
I'm late to the Final Fantasy VII Remake and stuck on 3 Stop Secret. Beat it for me? I've never played that game. So, you're late for the remake. I'm late for the PS1 version. You know, I've got a lot of catching up to do. There's no scientific evidence to support humans giving off pheromones. Catherine, shut the fuck up, bitch. I smell delicious. Okay? Lol, I meant, please pull up the recent references to you by those prominent YouTubers, but I guess nobody really cares. Alright, I'll do it. I mean, if you request. I mean, I have to go dig it up. I have to go find it. I have to go dig it out of the bin. It's in the bin. Go dig it out. So there was some interesting there's some interesting discourse going on, and I'm gonna be honest. Folks. I had nothing to do with this. I was here. Let me describe my position. Let me describe where I was right when the plane hit. I was sitting in my bed. Right. I was laying down, finishing off the dab that I had forgotten about during my Sunday Run Day live stream. I started it up during the Sunday Run Day live stream and forgot about it. So, you know, it was kind of used, but not entirely. So I did the rest of it, at least, you know, what I presume is the rest of it. There might be some left. And so I'm high, out of my wazoo. You know, there's, you know, I have a personally, you know, I have a wazoo, and there was, you know, some sort of discharge leaking from it that may not have had tetrahydrocannabinol in it. And so someone sends me this link. Someone says, hey, here's some content. And I'm like, oh, I love content. And so this is the content. Let's watch.
Sonny says we need more trans leftists gaining exposure in the circles that follow you. Do a crossover with Andrea from Above It All. Andrea's great.
Whatever that noise was, man, that scared the fucking shit out of me last night. I'm just saying, I'm restart it.
Sonny says we need more trans leftists gaining exposure in the circles that follow you. Do a crossover with Andrea from Above It All. Andrea's great.
I love her. She's so funny.
She's very funny, and she also has a really good read on issues. The reality is, I just don't have many people on my show. Like I don't do many interviews.
That's a
but
shame.
I'm not opposed to it, of course. But it's not usually in my content. But definitely open to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm becoming more open to it on Twitch. I'm finally getting a little bit more confident with the Streamlabs. So I mean, Andrea's awesome. I love her content.
Mm-hmm.
She's so fucking funny.
That's an endorsement. Put it on the book jacket. Put it on the book jacket, folks. She's so fucking funny. That's gonna be on the front cover. So thank you to the Humanist Report and to 1996 presidential candidate Bob Dole for the endorsement. I appreciate that. It means a lot, genuinely. You know, there you go. Fucking orange discharge. I don't want to think about the orange. I'm going to be honest, and I know this is crazy to just shift right into. I remember where I was. I remember what porn I was watching. I remember, the feeling of, the fucking recliner I was sitting on when that orange discharge fucking just secreted from my fucking body. I literally thought I was going to die. I was so afraid. I, almost called 911. It was a huge fucking ordeal. It's, traumatized my brain, man. I remember. One time, a couple years ago, I went on a quest. I went on a quest to find the specific porn that I first watched. This is the first porn I ever saw. And I found it, and I started crying because I was traumatized. So, if you're wondering what part 1 of that story was, well, there's part 2. Go find part 1. I'm sure it'll be fun. Gotta thank David for bringing me here in a spaceship. Hell yeah. You should thank him. Pretty soon, Andrew's gonna be too busy for us. Patron prices are gonna skyrocket. Yeah, y'all got to get your patron now, like before it goes up. Heavily modded due to thousands more people. I will never mod my Discord. Like, maybe I will. I don't know. I won't. I don't mod my YouTube chat either, so. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, if, maybe should I reach out? Is this like the icebreaker? Should I, like, I don't know. I've never spoken to any of them on a personal level. Should I, like, you know, should I reach out? This is the part where I move in? Is that weird? Am I going to ruin it? I did, in fact, see Mike go on Tucker Carlson's show. He had what presumed to be, you know, and I didn't watch the full segment, obviously, because I had to cancel Mike as soon as I saw it. But I did see approximately 4 seconds of the segment promptly before canceling Mike and unsubscribing. I noticed that he was on Tucker Carlson talking about some issues that I happen to have some giant disagreements with. And I think it's such a shame. Such a shame. Such a shame. And in short,
no good, really bad for you.
I still had the gain filter on, didn't I? That blew your fucking... I'm so sorry about that. But, drop him a thank you email. Bob, I know you're like fucking 90 years old, but no one uses email anymore. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That just came out. That just came out. I didn't think about that. It just came out. I'm so sorry. Oh, man. The first time I ejaculated, I thought my dick was melting, too afraid to ask my mom, who was a nurse. Yeah, I was in the same situation, except there was orange discharge. And then, of course, right, there was orange discharge, and then it starts getting smaller, and I think, oh no. It's a huge problem, huge problem. Oh my god, dude. I'm so sorry. When parents knew you're online because I can't use the phone. I don't know what that means. Getting spicy. I'm often spicy. A lot of people are idiots. Yeah, a lot of people are pretty fucking stupid. A lot of people are pretty fucking stupid. A sequence of numbers on the pager. Oh my god. I'll fucking get like a tin can and some string and start banging on it in Morse code. I picked the wrong time to make tea. Oh no. Manchin just said he's supporting the PRO Act. That is extremely good news. Except, who gives a fuck? Because we still have the filibuster, so it doesn't matter. Heyo. I love to dial up. Mr. Braindead says, and I quote, "Whoa, comma. Uh-oh. Whoa. Look at Max. Max's tail is moving. Look at that. See that? Look at that. Look at that. It just starts happening. Look at that. Wow." Mr. Braindead says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa." And then also, whoa, colon. David Dole and Mike Figueredo said, "Andrea is a fucking funny." Whoa! What? Hell yes, says Mr. Braindead. That is true. It's going to be on the book jacket. Back in the days of DL-up, you couldn't make a call when you were using the internet, unless you had a second line. I had dial-up. So, the Masturbator AOL account. They might put the PRO Act through reconciliation on the infrastructure bill. Okay. My son. Oh my God. Alicia, you gotta tell me ahead of time. Alicia, you've got to tell me ahead of time when there are kids in the room. I'm sorry, this is not a kid-friendly fucking show, man. This is, you just can't do it. You just can't do it. You gotta stop. You gotta stop that. You gotta let me know ahead of time. Like sometimes I have like people come into the chat and then like they say like I'm 14 and I go like, oh god, oh lord, and then I stop the stream seconds after. This is too much responsibility. What am I doing? You got to. Holy fuck. Am I able to get on Twitch? I will see what I can do about that. I took a job doing telemarketing, selling DSL on the internet. That was fun. I imagine it is. I love DSL. Mansion is pro. The dial-up tone when it's late at night and you weren't supposed to be aware. Yeah, you weren't supposed to be awake. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been in that situation exactly 2 times and then never again because of the repercussions. Howdy do. Howdy. Don't hoping you're doing well. Lord have mercy. Okay. Howdy do. Howdy don't. Hoping you're doing all right. Okay, I guess that's a phrase. I don't know. That sounds like I said, don't hope you're doing well. I want to... Yes, thank you for acknowledging that was illegible. I'm about to be 14 and I have no fam... Oh my... Stop. When you didn't have dial-up anymore, your parents still think you being on the internet stopping them from making a call. I've also been there. I had dial-up for like a year because my mom didn't want to have internet for me. She thought that the internet was a corrupting influence. And so her first foray into having internet was dial-up. And so we had that for about a year and then we upgraded. Keep in mind, this is in like the mid-2000s. So like this is like, at that point, like the idea that dial-up even still existed is still bizarre. But... I did that a couple months ago and the kids still have questions we can't answer. About what? Wait, what? Why are you letting your fucking children watch this show? Like, do I need to institute some sort of like parental guidance options? What is going on? What is happening? Dial-up for like 3 years, then finally got cable, and fucking cable sucked shit at first, but now I live in one area of the world where Comcast is competent and fast. Forced to vote in the PRO Act. There you go. The old man who is currently my patient has Devin Nunes, Tucker Carlson, and Dinesh D'Souza books on his cuff. Like, Devin Nunes, okay, sitting member of Congress. Tucker Carlson, okay, largest cable news show in the country. Dinesh D'Souza. Like, that's where you lose me. I can't. Woof. Actually, you can make a call while someone's on the internet. Just hang up and pick up the phone repeatedly and you'll kick the other person off. Oh, that sounds epic. Let's go back in time and do that trick. This is why I wear headphones when the kids are home. Yes, please do that in the future, all parents. I need Zero PE here to discuss the dial-up problems. Yes, Zero PE, where are you? Atari 1010, parental warning, explicit language. This is not even explicit language. This show is just an adult show. Like, this is, like, it's not about language. It's not like I'm saying poopy butthole or something. Like, we're talking about concepts that kids couldn't even wrap their fucking minds around. We're talking about, like, all kinds of shit. We're talking about...
The world is actually a small piece of the universe, right?
This is some really big ideas we're fucking doing here. I was the first customer in Knoxville to get a cable modem in 1998. This motherfucker. Look at this dog. Are you seeing this dog? Look at that dog. He's ready. Do you see that dog? He is fucking ready to, like, at the drop of a pin, jump out of that bed and fuck someone up. You see this dog? You see the way his legs are sprout out? He's comfortable, but ready. He's comfortable, but ready. Up. And out. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. I love how he just looks at me. Like, he doesn't know I'm looking at him. He doesn't know I can see him, but he looks at me. He goes on the floor, and the first thing he does is he looks at me. It's incredible. It's fucking incredible. Oh. Anyway, folks, I'd like to say thank you all for watching the show today. Again, I would like to talk about the fact I am going to be vaccinated. at 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's correct. Headphones for sure. Alicia, I'm so sorry. Like, I mean, I feel bad, but like, you know, that's a fun experience that I'm sure you've had. I'm sure that your child had a fun experience at the very least, and the shame and the failure that you feel will subside very soon. But yeah, so I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to put on jeans. That's right, jeans. I barely wear jeans, but when I go outside, I'm wearing jeans, and I don't go outside. So I'm going to put on some jeans. I'm going to look professional, right? I'm going to waltz in there. I'm going to get that motherfucking shit. My appointment should have been tomorrow. I had the option of doing it tomorrow, but I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. Like, 4:20 p.m. versus, like, 1:20 p.m. is one thing. But doing, like, you know, a day earlier, like, I'd rather get it a day earlier. You know what I mean? No, I am definitely going to be streaming because I want to stream what the side effects do to me. If there are still any tomorrow morning. But, yeah, so I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna wear some jeans. I'm gonna get on a shirt that is, you know, somewhat respectable. Plus, also, I need to be home tomorrow so that I can sell my Dogecoin when it hits $3. We both laughed it off. If you would be so kind as to tell me what part of the story your child came in on, I would love to know. They were feeling pretty comfortable after shot 2. Got some anti-vaxxers in chat. Oh shit, for real? Where? Oh, vaccination time. It's time to get safe. 6 months later, reports of massive COVID outbreaks occurring after majority population vaccinated due to the mutation of several... Yeah, the mutation thing does kind of have me worried, but, you know. I just want to get vaccinated so I can fuck bitches. That's really the only thing that's going to change in my life, potentially, with the vaccine. Like, I don't leave, like, the house that much. Like, let's be honest, like, before, like, Corona, like, I barely left the house as it is. And also, I live in bumfuck shitfuck, so where am I gonna go? To a bar? If I go to a bar, I get murdered? Or am I gonna go to a fucking grocery store? Okay, next. Like, where am I gonna go? To the movie theater? Like, I don't even like movies, right? Like, new movies, right? Like, I'm not going anywhere. So, like, the only thing about getting a vaccine is just, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna fuck bitches. I'm gonna, you know, fuck some bitches. Good luck getting vaxxed, Andrea. Thanks for doing your part to end the BS. No, yeah, no problem. I am assuming it's Moderna, but I don't know. On the website, it says that they have Moderna and Pfizer, but I don't know. I think that they tell me when I walk in, or maybe I get to choose. I don't know when I walk in. He literally walked in and sat down and said, oh my god, oh, Lord have mercy. I think in my defense, I was reading a chat comment. In my defense. I mean, I'm down with getting a fucking vaccine booster every 6 months, as long as it means I can continue to fuck bitches. That's really the only thing I'm after here. I'm not going to concerts. I mean, I'd like to, but I'm not going to concerts. I'm not going to bars. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to the mall to hang out with the cool kids. I just want to go to my bedroom and fuck bitches. That's all I want to do. And this vaccine is going to give me the potential to fulfill my prophecies. I tried to mute it, and you went on to describe it further, and he heard it all. Imagine. Like, did he hear the part about, like, the trauma and, like, you know, the shrinking and, like, me thinking I was going to die? Because that part's extremely important. Also, thank you, CJ and Jen, like, for all the super chats today. I appreciate it. All you do is lie, eat hot chip, and fuck bitches. That's the agenda? I'm just reading the chat. I'm just reading. Not every message, to be honest, not every message is, you know, something I need to read out loud, especially if kids are going to be watching. You know what I mean? I'm thinking twice. Alicia, you said earlier your child's like 14 or something. I got news for you, bud. I was 12 on my first experience, so I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there, just giving y'all some information. I didn't say it.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position. You're not like...
Realon, 70s R's. Good luck! Thank you, thank you. All survival games, including Minecraft, are for people who enjoy doing chores. I don't like doing chores, though. I love doing chores in a video game because it requires no physical labor. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching. I appreciate everyone who watched this broadcast, emphasis on broad. I appreciate everyone for being in the stream. I appreciate everyone for being alive. If I were to go out on one note, I would say, first of all, I am not a professional. Second of all, this is not financial advice. Third of all, I have a lot of Dogecoin, and maybe you should too. He's turning 13 next month. With that out of the way, I would like to say thank you all for watching, and y'all have a great one.
They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. They're coming all over the place. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. They weren't coming because they couldn't get in. Once they think they can get in, they're coming, and they are coming at levels that you haven't even seen yet. They're coming all over. Everybody coming.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of cover-ups. Very simple. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint, when they thought about it. Whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
But I think the juxtaposition, and I must add, is that we say, oh, but the woman with the leaking pussy and the with the leaking pussy, the leaking pussy, the woman with the leaking pussy and the bucket and the mop and the whole thing and the girl dancing in the shoe, that's all okay.